Hi, let's talk about subjects and predicates. Okay, so what's wrong with this sentence? Ran to the fire hydrant. And what's wrong with this one? The three-headed dog. This first one doesn't say who or what ran to the hydrant. And this second one, what about the dog? Did he do something? Did something happen to him? It doesn't say. Those are not complete thoughts. So you already know that there's something wrong with those strings of words. You can't really call them sentences. Knowing what a subject and a predicate are gives you the vocabulary to describe exactly what's wrong with them. Both of those statements are what we call fragments or incomplete sentences. The first one is a predicate that's missing a subject. This second one here is the opposite, a subject without a predicate. You need both parts to be a complete sentence. So here's what those terms mean. This won't take long. This is what's called a simple sentence. Marissa threw the cake. Marissa is the subject. She is the one who did the throwing. She's the one who does the verb. Threw is the verb. It's the action word. It's what Marissa did, right? Being able to pick out the verb is hugely important because it's the fulcrum, the center point on which the rest of the sentence balances. Okay, so the thing that was acted upon by the verb is the object. Here, the cake is the object because it's what Marissa threw. The subject is the thing that does the verb, and the object is kind of the thing that got done to by the verb. Here's another example. The cake hit Ben. This time, the cake is the subject because it's the thing that did the verb. Hit is the verb. The cake did the hitting, so it's the subject. Ben got hit, so he's the object. Get it? If not, try going back to listen to the examples again. Now, when you combine the verb and the object, hit Ben, you have what's called the predicate. The predicate is the whole thing that the subject did. In this case, it's what the cake did. The subject is the cake, and hit Ben is the predicate. In the earlier example, Marissa is the subject, and threw the cake is the predicate. Now, predicates can be pretty long. Marissa threw the three-tiered vanilla and pistachio buttercream wedding cake with scalloped sides and edible green pearls that Pierre slaved over for 6 weeks. See, Marissa is still the subject. All the rest is the thing she did, so all of that together, beginning with the verb threw, is the predicate. In the same way, subjects can be long and complicated too. The suddenly but quite hilariously cake-covered groom who had flown almost 3,000 miles from Coeur d'Alene to make it to Honaunau na Po'opo'o in time for his wedding to his third and hopefully last wife, sat. See there? Sat is the predicate because it's what the groom did. Everything that comes before that is the subject because it's who did the sitting. You may have noticed that that sentence doesn't have an object, but that's okay. You don't actually need an object to have a complete sentence. Most sentences do have objects, but the bare minimum that's required is just a subject and a verb. Bob burped. Subject, verb. But how do you identify the subject and predicate in a question? That can seem tricky, but just follow the same process. Identify the verb and ask yourself who or what is doing the verb. Check this out. A lot of time with questions, like this one here, is your mother driving today? The subject is nested inside a verb phrase. The verb here is driving. So, who or what is driving? Your mother, so that's the subject. And is driving today is the predicate in this question. So let's see if you can do it on your own. I'll give you a challenging one. What are the subject and predicate in this sentence? Education and work are the levers to uplift a people. What are the subject and predicate in that sentence by W.E.B. Du Bois? Remember, the first thing you do is find the verb. Do you see it? Yes, uplift is a verb, but no, it's not the one that the subject in this sentence is doing. It's the word are. Tricky, right? Are is a verb. It means to be or to exist. So what are something? The whole three-word phrase, education and work. That's your subject. What's the predicate? everything in a sentence that education and work do, starting with the verb. Our levers to uplift a people is the predicate because it's what education and work do. So the subject is what does the verb, and the predicate is what the subject does, beginning with the verb. Those are simple sentences. You could get into adding on subordinate clauses and making compound sentences, but those are topics for other videos. That's it. I hope you now better understand what subjects and predicates are.